We got a new fuel tank.
Well, a new used fuel tank.
Yeah, I mean, it's an old fuel tank. We bought it off of Marketplace or Craigslist or somewhere, and I thought it was a 250-gallon tank, but it's a 150-gallon tank. We have just had it sitting on a pallet out here on our basketball court. But what we want to do is we want to move that tank over here right at the end of the shed. I've got a wire. It's not hot yet. This wire is for my eventual fuel pump.
Ah. Uh-oh, that's going to cost me money.
I'm afraid it is going to cost you money. They are incredibly expensive, but I didn't want a 12 volt. I don't want to have to hook it up to a battery all the time. The 12 volt ones are actually cost effective. I'm asking for approval right now.
Should I say yes or no?
I went ahead and ran the wire while we were, before we did the inside walls. I wanted to have that out. So we'll work on that eventually, but for now we're keeping our hand pump on that 150-gallon tank. But we got to get rid of this bush. We got some big rocks here we got to get rid of. We have probably a triaxle load, maybe a little bit more of 53s, road pack we would call it in Southern Illinois. We're going to spread some of that out here. We're going to spread some, kind of broaden our driveway in some other areas. And let's get started.
Okie dokie.
Got questions again the other day about how to move your forks. Somebody was having difficulty. Maybe that was on Facebook. If you'll tilt them down just right, they'll slide easily, at least on this Artillian frame. There's a certain angle that just kind of makes it work perfectly. After some pondering on different approaches, Christy just decided to use the backhoe. As you apply more throttle when you're using the backhoe, it makes it more jerky, but it also allows it to work faster. Now, if you've been watching our channel for long, or at least had any knowledge of what we've been doing here with our property, we have a lot of trouble with drainage. Both the house and the shed were built too low. They should have been built up at least a foot higher. So we have a challenge here. The concrete in the shed is at a high enough level, but right out here we don't have a high enough level. So I see no choice really but to pile rock right against the side of the tin of the shed. And I don't think that's very positive. I think I really should be, leaving that some airspace, but if I do, we'll have water standing right in there beside it. So that baseboard around the outside of the building is probably just going to take a beating and probably rot, but I don't have a whole lot of other choices. I think you're done. Why aren't we using the Grapple? Well, we don't have the hydraulics quite perfect yet here. I've still got to do a little bit of plumbing, but also we just want to show what we can do with forks. I mean, sometimes it's a little more work. I have to, do a little bit of hand work, but some of this stuff you can still get done with forks. Here's a place where those individual brakes would be helpful. I really want to get my front end closer to the machine shed, but I can't do it and yet still get good down pressure here. I'd really like to apply this left brake and make the tractor twist itself this way. There's just no way to do that with this little tractor. Like usual, you've done your half and I'm still working on mine.
I don't think I got it near as far as you're doing it. Near as far down. You gonna rock it all the way up to?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to rock up to the level of the pad there.
Oh, good.
All the way out to the edge of the pad.
Okay.
But I may not want to go square, you know, 10 foot all the way out here. I'm not sure. It might be nice to be able to set an attachment or two there. I don't know. We're going to put the pump down here and have the tractor out here to get to it.
Oh, okay.
A lot of debate on how you should handle putting rock down like this. Some folks insist, good grief. Some folks insist that you need to put down some sort of a landscape fabric to keep the rock from going down. I was talking to my brother about this, you know, that one of the common theories is you need to use big number 2 rocks, you know, big 2-inch or bigger rocks as your base, and then put smaller rocks on top of it. I think that's kind of a standard approach. He actually said his experience is different, and that when he's starting on a soil foundation like this, that putting those 2-inch rocks, they really do just sink and keep on sinking. He finds that if he uses the road pack or the crushed stone all the way down that has dust in it, it'll stay on top, which in some ways is not really intuitive, but in other ways it makes sense. It kind of forms almost like a concrete substance and it just won't go on down. So that's what we're going to do here. I saw Mike Morgan the other day spreading rock with his bucket. Now he was using crushed stone that didn't have any dust in it, and he could spread a nice like 1-inch layer with no problem at all. I've never been able to do that, but I can whack my cat with rocks. So I think that's about 5 scoopfuls, isn't it, Christy?
Yeah, I think so.
So that would be about 4,000 pounds. I think that's about 2 ton. We should have about 40,000 pounds. Interesting story. A guy had too much rock delivered to his property, and he called us begging for help. He says, I've got more rock than I can handle on my little 1/4 acre here. And so we actually hauled it away for him. And well, we were needing it, so perfect on that. So I hauled 4 loads with that trailer. I'm estimating 10, 11,000 pounds per load on that ultimate dump.
No video on that, sorry. I was busy editing that day.
Yeah, it was kind of a fun project too.
I think that's one thing that we're finding, that we can't video every project because I have to edit.
Yeah.
And it takes me a long time to edit, and I'm your video person.
So the most interesting ones are the ones we don't video.
No.
It sometimes turns out to be that way. That's the sad part. And
but you never know.
no, you don't know, and sometimes something's just got to be done. Like this particular project, that guy needed it done now. His neighbors were complaining, and
Yeah. And I couldn't go.
You couldn't go that day.
Right there.
It's a strain for us to try to coordinate the logistics of all the video editing with the actual projects.
Right.
By the way, if you have a 1025R or 1023E with one of the older 260 backhoes, one advantage of the newer backhoe that I've never mentioned is how the outriggers are fully confined within the 48-inch width of the tractor. On the older 260, they stuck out, and I always had to be worried about them. But on the 260B, they're tucked in real nicely. So we want just a little bit of downward slope on this because I'm putting that fuel tank there and I pump from that end. What do we have?
Probably about 1 inch.
That's fine. Want a little bit of downhill slope so that I can get the tank totally empty. That's the reason. What do you think, Martha? I think it's a great place for a scratching, don't you?
Here comes Mary to inspect. Well?
Where do you think you want to be, Mary? You hold the ruler there for me. So that's 13 all the way to the inside of the block. You mean to the inside of the...
The void between the legs is 13 inches. I know what this is.
This is a way that I can destroy my pump.
Right, and then I just have to buy a new one.
You didn't, you were pretty slow on that.
I was slow on that. I need some of our viewers here to clue me into such things. Like,
Yeah, they were probably onto it.
yeah, he's just wanting a new one.
I tease about wanting a new fuel pump. That's really only because Johnny 5 has a much larger tank and it takes a while to fill him up. My arms get tired. With little Johnny, it only takes about 60 or 70 turns to fill him up if he's entirely empty. I can handle that. This pump was about $100. I originally bought it for a 55-gallon barrel. You can go check out our older videos on that. I've got a link to the pump and filter and some other accessories on our Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/tractortimewithtim.
So I'm using the bolt-on hooks and pulling upward instead of using the forks. Our theory is it's going to be easier to place it if it's free on the bottom. You doing okay?
Yeah.
I don't know what we did wrong on our...
Looks like it needs to come this way a little bit.
Well, yeah, we just placed our rocks wrong. I got it pretty much where I want it down here.
Oh.
And I don't have a rock under the end. I guess
I don't think we need to move the pavers. I think you just...
put her down and call it good.
I think 5 is good enough.
So, now let's talk about other fine-tuning of the positioning. What are you saying?
Right now the front end is closer to the building than the back end.
Okay, how do they look on that lip? Did that look like that met up?
Well, up here at the front, it's sitting on the lip. The whole thing needs to come out just a little bit.
The whole thing does.
Yes.
Pull, not push.
That looks about right.
I think that's good enough.
I think it looks good. Looks like it was meant to be there.
Okay. Well, I'll unhook from it then, and we'll get some more rock. We got other places we need to put rock. I think this is looking pretty good, Christy.
Yeah.
I think it's going to provide us a lot more area with which to kind of move around. A lot of times we'll have a truck in here and
Yeah.
he has to drive off in the grass. Well, that's fine in the summertime. I don't care. Drive off in the grass. But
It's been
when
wet.
it's really wet,
Yeah.
we just can't do that. So this is going to increase. And the fuel tank, I'm happy with that.
It's a nice spot for it too. It's kind of out of the way,
Yeah.
but you can drive the tractors in and fill up.
And it's all wired for my new fuel pump.
Yeah. I'm all wired for my new dishwasher.
Oh no, we already went through the range and the oven.
Yeah, I know. I think it's a good trade-off.
Okay, well, we'll have to do that. Folks, Johnny can do anything, and Christy can do more.
Ha ha.
I think you blend right in. You're wearing camouflage today.
I am. I'm trying to, I was trying not to be seen so I didn't have to do anything, but that didn't work.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's getting hot.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go get a cheeseburger.
me too. It's supposed to
Okay.
rain as well.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on
Tractor Time with Tim. Looks like Martha's scratching to use the bathroom in our project.
Did you find the best spot?
Look.
Don't look, Ethel.
Am I gonna have to edit this out of the video?
Probably. I'm actually proud. Martha used to.
Only go inside.
Yeah, he would have to cross his legs until we opened the shed door because he'd have to run in to use the litter box.
Well, he was trying to get in a few minutes ago.
Maybe he just gave up.
Yeah, now cover it back over. Okay.